We know that the pitching has been awesome and it's just been incredible. But one thing I think that's been hidden has been the improved defense. And now you might be saying, well, how do you separate pitching and defense? Outs above average. Probability of the ball being caught based on the launch angle, the distance the fielder needed to travel, the exit velocity, and all that jazz. They convert that into a runs prevented number. In April, the Yankees ranked 28th, and that was -8. So yeah, their defense cost them 8 runs. Flip the calendar to May, and they rank first in May with 9 runs prevented, 9 runs saved. So their outfield runs prevented was 30th in April at -5, and they've improved to 13th in May with a +1 there. Infield, it's been even better. They went from 24th, that's -3 runs prevented, not really prevented, to first in the month of May with 8 runs prevented. In April, the actual batting average they allowed on ground balls was 7 percentage points higher than the expected. That was 6th worst in baseball. In May, the actual batting average allowed on ground balls for the Yankees is 70 percentage points lower than the expected. So that's a huge dip. That's second best in baseball in May.
The one thing that we've seen has been Gleyber Torres. Gleyber at shortstop. It's been a noticeable change since the head dog puppy down run game. We've all also seen it when he fields the ball. He just gets rid of it. He does the little sidearm whip, put some air under it, give your first baseman a chance, get rid of the ball, stop thinking about the throw, and, increasing the risk of error, basically. So I guess what makes me wonder where everything else comes from is, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely a first base factor. Like, Jay Bruce was pretty rough at first base whenever he was over there.
Yeah, in April, it was a lot of DJ at first, Bruce at first, and very little Ford. Ford only started maybe 7, let me see, I have it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in April. But in May, it's been Ford sparingly and Voit. So that's a big difference because Bruce, remember Bruce? Remember how bad he was at first base?
Every day. The outfield gets really interesting because, Hicksy, he's now out. So there's been some Guardian Center, probably more Guardian Center than April, I'd have to assume. But it is still fairly recent on that. And then I think the other thing that probably ties in is that Judgy got off to a slow start defensively. Very conservative, some quirky angles and some kind of weird Judge plays, and now we've seen him be pretty good. The arm has come out in recent series. He's running a little bit better. So I guess you put all that in the pot, and that's what you get.
Gardner's better than Hicks in center, I think.
He's
this
looked
season,
it, passes the eye test.
And Hicks only played 4 games in May. Gardner's played the rest in center field.
Like that ball, was it in Texas? Gardy tracked down a ball that was like...
he did one against the White Sox, too.
Holy smokes. White Sox, Gardy's been great.
Yeah. I wonder how much vaccine shots and sluggish play go hand in hand in those early April months. We know that they got the shots on April 8th and April 7th, and then they went to Toronto, or they played the Florida. Remember that Florida road trip? 3 in Tampa, 3 in Toronto? And we were like, this was hell.
Yeah.
All 6 of these games, that was right after they all got the vaccine, and after having it, I understand that is pretty crazy to try and go play a professional sport like a couple days after having that shot.
Like a whole team.
Yeah, and it matches up now, so I wonder how much that plays in.
Like if defense goes unnoticed, that's a good thing. And defense kind of has gone unnoticed besides a triple play for a while now.
Yeah, well, a lot of double plays lately. They been turning a bunch.
Yeah, we've gotten Rugi is better than DJ at turning double plays. Overall, DJ's probably still better defender. Doesn't really matter. So we're getting a few extra there.